Okay, is the path according to a certain set of rules. Now we'll do a few examples here. Draw the locus of all points 1.5 from O. Now I need the compass for this. You open up to be 1.5 and you draw in a wee circle. And everywhere in that circle I am 1.5 away from the centre. That's 1.5 away, so that's the locus of my points, it's 1.5. Number 2, draw the locus of all points between 1.5 and 2.4. So my compasses should be at 1.5, so we'll just draw in that wee circle at 1.5. Oops. Try again. I'm going to open up my compasses to be 1.5 and draw in your circle. Then open up your compasses to be 2.4 and draw in your circle. Make sure you get the centre the same. Now the question said this time between 1.5 and 2.4, so it's going to be this area in here. Now, number 3, draw the locus of points which is 1.6 centimetres from a line AB, which is 3.1 centimetres long. So I'm going to draw in my line AB first of all. It's 3.1 centimetres long. Now it's easier to do the ends first. I want the locus of points of 1.6 from here. So open your compasses up to 1.6 and we'll draw wee circles in. Or it'll be a semicircle in this case. And you'll see why in a second. And over here, I want 1.6, so I draw in my semicircle. Make sure your compasses are tight before you start this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join up here, because everywhere in this line should be 1.6 away from the line. I'm going to do exactly the same on the bottom. If I join them up, that should be 1.6 away. So I just go over this so we can see this in pen. Now you wouldn't go over it in pen, you'd leave it in pencil in the exam, that's just to highlight it. That's the locus of the points there. Now, number 4. Two ports, P and Q, are 22.5 kilometres apart, with Q due east of P. So that gets me started here. So if this is P, Q is due east, it's like this direction. And it's 22.5 kilometres. Tells you the scale down there, divide by 9. So 22.5 divided by 9, that line is 2.5 centimetres. So I'm going to draw a line 2.5 centimetres. And that's point Q. So two ports P and Q are 22.5 kilometres apart, with Q due east of P. A ship sails between P and Q, subject to always being less than 16.2 from P. So I've got to put that onto my scale. So 16.2 divided by 9 gives me 1.8 centimetres. So I'm going to get my compasses again and measure it to be 1.8, and this is from P. So I'm going to go to P and I'm going to highlight everything that is 1.8 centimetres from P. It's always closer to Q than P. Now if I was able to split this line down the middle, I would say what was equal distance between them, that would be my line, then I would choose the appropriate side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split this line. So just using your compasses and make sure it's more than halfway. Mark above, mark below, move to Q, mark above, mark below, and join those up. Now this line, I'm equal distance from P and Q. Now you want to be closer to Q, so you want this side of the line. You also have to be less than the circle. So that's your locus in there. Next we want, number 5, construct the triangle HJK where HJ is 6.3 centimetres. We'll draw that first. Now this gives us a bit of space. So it's 6.3 centimetres, and that's H and J. Make sure you label it as you go along. H to K is 5.8, so I'll just use my compasses again. 5.8, and that was H. So go to H and put in 5.8. And then J to K is 5.2. So open them up to be 5.2. Go to J and mark it on. Now you join all that up. That's your triangle sorted out. Now that point there. Sorry, it looks like my pen slipped there. Now that there top point is your HJK point there. Now you're to be equidistant from H and J. That means I'm going to split this line here. So H and J, and it goes straight through the middle. So put your compasses more than halfway. Mark above and beneath. Move it to the other side. And mark above and beneath. Now you notice there that my lines did not cross each other. That meant my compasses were not open within halfway. So I shall just rub those out and make my compasses a little longer. So we'll try this with above and beneath, and above and beneath. This time they don't cross, so I'll bring it forward a little bit. So we'll just rub it out. And we'll go again. Excuse me. So above, beneath, and over here, above, beneath. So we got it this time. And just draw in your line. So anywhere in that line, I am the same distance from H as I am from K. Then it's talking about being equidistant from HJ and HK. So I want to be straight through the middle there. I want to bisect this angle in H. So we put the arc on here and here, and where they cross, you do 2 further arcs. Then they cross there. And if you go back to H, you have bisected that angle. Now I construct the locus of points which are equal distance from that and from the 2 lines. So in here is where we're looking at, because there you're exactly equal distance from H and J, and your equal distance from the lines.